What's going on, guys? You guys are tuning into the Night Crew podcast. I'm your host, Eric, a night shift lifer, a private security vet, and an owner, and someone who has seen the industry from the inside. Tonight, we're talking about credibility, corruption, and how a single guard's word paired with a broken justice system and almost sent a man to jail.
The nights are dark and
Let's go!
full of terrors. But this is where we belong. When the streets are empty and the city sleeps, we keep watch, we keep moving, we keep the lights on. Welcome to the Night Crew. Where the world slows down, but the stories never stop. Stay sharp, stay ready, and ride with us till dawn. The stories never stop. Stay sharp, stay ready, and ride with us till dawn.
1, 2. What's going on, guys? You guys are tuned to the Night Crew podcast. Today, we are on. Hey, Ghost is like my fave, man. I'm sorry, dude, but Ghost is great. Straw Bango. I ordered all these from Amazon, and it came in today, and so I'm pretty excited, and I'm really happy to try this out. So let's give it a go. Straw Bango. Let's go.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say bingo. Bingo! How fun!
Man, this is great. Good combination of strawberry and mango. I cannot complain. This one might be my favorite go-to energy drink. Very tasty, 200 milligrams of caffeine. I'm telling you, it's going to hit you with that 3 a.m. slump. Take one of these bad boys, make sure it's cold, and go to town with this, because this is great. But anyway. What's going on, guys? You guys are tuned to the Night Crew podcast, the show that doesn't sugarcoat, sanitize, or sweep the truth under the rug. Tonight's episode is about a man who almost lost his life to a weak case, lazy prosecution, and a security company more interested in filling posts than protecting people. Don Lacey, felony threats, 3 strikes law, a dance move, and a jury that saw through the BS in under 20 minutes. This isn't just about him. It's about a broken system that starts at the top and bleeds all the way down to a faded security polo. On February 27th, around 3:50 p.m., Don Lacey and a friend entered into a public parking structure located downtown Bakersfield. They were carrying takeout from Wiener Central. Now, I'm not going to judge the two guys walking into a parking structure together with Wiener Central, okay?
Ha! Gay!
It's fine. They wanted to sit down and eat before heading out. Not, fair enough. Not threatening. Just want to, eat your hot dog and together and go leave, I guess, whatever. But minutes later, a Trans-West security guard approached them. According to her, they were trespassing. She told him to leave. And Lacey didn't want to hear it. Let me go scale back just a little bit as it relates to trespassing, because security likes to use the word trespassing like it's candy. Let me educate some of you guys out there that do not know. You cannot trespass somebody immediately. Okay? Everything starts with a warning. Say, hey, I'm sorry, man, you got to go. What? Yeah, you got to go. Okay. He leaves. He comes back. You've already established that he was not allowed in the parking structure. Now, at this point, the second interaction you have with him, because you've already gave him the warning the first time, now he's trespassing. Okay? Someone unknowingly cannot trespass. Anyway. But there was no physical contact. There was no audio. There was no confrontation that turned physical. Just some quick words, rapid approach from Lacey, and a movement that was caught on surveillance, minus the sound. Okay? And here's where things take a turn. The guard later claimed Lacey raised his fist, threatened to knock her out, and that was the presiding factor over the prosecution case. But Lacey said something completely different. He said he wasn't being threatening, he was being a jerk. Smart ass. He mimicked a dance move from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm imagining he's doing. And the jury even said, why would you admit that if it wasn't true? It's embarrassing. And the entire interaction lasted less than 4 minutes. He walked away, but the guard, she felt some type of way. She called 911 after the fact. And that's what started this whole cluster suck. And the uncomfortable truth in this job, people don't just hear what you say. They see how you look while you're saying it. If I can repeat that one more time. In this job, in the security, in this line of work, people don't just hear what you say. They see how you look while you're saying it. The guard was not dressed with authority, according to what many of us know as transvest. She likely had on generic untucked polo, no vest, no belt, no tactical gear, no presents. That kind of look gets tested. People want to do a vibe check on you now. Now, Lacey saw her and decided she wasn't a threat. He saw someone to harass, make fun of. And that doesn't justify what he did, but it doesn't show how optics can play in a role of escalation. Instead of controlling the situation, the guard reacted emotionally, I believe. And when that ego is bruised, she escalated it to law enforcement. The problem with that is she had 3 active warrants, including one for lying to the police in a previous case. Yet, her word was taken with so much authority. And she was the entire case. She was it. She was the star. She was the main character. And security companies like Transwest are the reason incidents like this spiral. They toss guards into situations with no training, no de-escalation skills, zero backup. They don't teach you how to handle tension, how to assert authority professionally, or how to keep cool under pressure. It's just, here's a shirt, don't get sued, all right? Just don't hit anybody, don't touch anybody, no touchy-touchy, okay? No physical contact. Everything else is okay. And why am I so comfortable saying this? Eric, Nightwatch, how dare you? Terrorist you are. But I used to work there. Years ago. Long time ago. And in less than 3 months, I realized that it was a joke. No direction, no support. You're just a body in a polo. Okay? My first day on the job, I was ecstatic. Imagine 19-year-old me got a job as a security guard. Wow. I tucked my shirt in. I made sure my little badge was nice and polished. Tucked my shirt in, put my belt over. I bought this duty belt from a sergeant supply. And I had my duty belt. I had no attachments on it, but it looked cool. And I walked in, and I didn't know what kind of boots to get, so I got these steel-toe boots, heavy as hell, uncomfortable. And I walked in to that first job assignment with this, where I commanded presence. I even had a little clip-on tie too. And if I find this picture, I'm gonna show everybody it. But as soon as I walked in, I met my supervisor. He says, "You can't wear that duty belt. You gotta take it off." Huh. All right. Oh, can't carry that flashlight. What's wrong with the flashlight? Oh, it's big. It can be used as a weapon. God dang it. Whoop, tossed. And he says, "You don't have to keep your shirt tucked in if you don't want to." No, I'm not going to do that. I in my job, in my first, I've never worked security in my life. My first job as a security guard, I had high expectations for my role that I took I was very, very detailed with the way that I looked in the way I approached my first new assignment. And they're like, dude, just kick back, man. Easy. And that wasn't what I wanted out of security. That's why I only lasted there for 3 months. After the first month, they wanted to make me supervisor. No, thank you. And that's, like I said, that's just when I knew. I just realized that this job wasn't for me. I needed something a little bit more hands-on, something where where I mattered. Okay. Where I felt like my presence mattered. And so, anyway, let's move on to the trial. The DA charged Lacey with felony criminal threats, and thanks to the 3 strikes law, he was looking at 25 years to life. And they refused to entertain the misdemeanor plea, even though the only evidence was a silent surveillance video and a single unreliable statement. The prosecution said they had corroborating video evidence, but the footage didn't show the threat. Just Lacey over there moving fast, you can just imagine it, and walking away. And when cross-examined, the guard couldn't even remember what the hell Lacey said. This is why I didn't work at Transwest anymore. That's why I don't work at Transwest today. Because that bold statement that she could not remember is disgusting, because that means she had no courtroom etiquette. She did not write a supplemental report stating the facts, what she believed to be true. I don't even think Transwest even required her to submit a report. Her claim of being threatened didn't appear to be in the 911 call when they looked it up. It added later during her interview with BPD, where she said Lacey said something like, "I'm going to knock you out." The word like is not factual. It is opinionated. Nobody cares about your opinion. Everything that, and I tell this to my people, everything that you do in your report needs to be factual. I don't want to hear what you think. I don't care. I do care, but don't write it on there, because if for some reason it gets submitted to court as evidence, they're going to look at this and they're going to eat you up. I'm telling you, I see this all the time. Well, not lately, but I've seen this before, where guards were getting ate up by their reports because they put what they thought and felt, not what it actually was. Sorry, got a little passion on that one. So when you say something like, "I'm going to knock you out," as what the person was saying, that one something like is already, that someone, the freaking defense side is already eating the hell out of that. And I'm saying, what do you mean something like? So you mean there could be something other than "I'm going to knock you out"? Hello. Don't leave questions, open-ended questions for people. Okay. Anyway, so the jurors saw that part, "something like," and said, "I'm not buying it." And one felt like the trial was a waste of time. Another questioned why it was even brought. and one called it disturbingly weak. The jury only took 20 minutes to acquit this case, and that speaks volumes. But the DA's office defended themselves, and they said they couldn't plead down a serious felony. That's nonsense. They chose not to consider the defense offer because they saw Lacey's past, and they wanted to eat it up, and they thought, this is going to make a case for us. And that's the flaw in our system. Trying to convict a man not for what he did, but for who he was. And this case is more than just Lacey. It's about a justice system that weaponizes history and a security industry that fails its own people. When undertrained, poorly dressed, and emotionally reactive guards become key witnesses, it's gonna hurt all of us. We're going to be considered dumb guard, untrained. It makes real security officers, guards, look bad. It damages the public trust, and worst of all, it nearly costed someone's life. This isn't just a bad decision. It's an institutional negligence from the top down. You guys are working security. Carry yourself like it matters. And if you're hiring guards, train them like they matter. This right here, with this guard, it screams someone that has some serious character flaws. And they bring their character flaws from the outside and bring it to work. And this can cost a company some serious money. And if Mr. Lacey has not picked up on what he can do with this, then he needs to contact me and I'll give him whatever he needs. I'll be his expert witness. Kick me down a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Kick me down. Transwest they didn't invest in me. They didn't invest in her. And they didn't care about the consequences and the cost of hands-off leadership. And to the DA of Kern County, Cynthia Zimmerman. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Your obsession with convictions can have nearly destroyed a man over a freaking Fresh Prince dance. Let that sink in. Think about that. The overly obsessive DA here that wants 100% conviction rate. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you did. Just as long as someone just says, I plead guilty. Something. Give me anything. I'll take it. And they'll run with it. And they'll say, slam dunk. Criminal. We are 9.9% conviction rate today, guys. Woo woo. And this is very true because I want to talk about this one day, but I'm not ready to talk about it right now. But I was involved in a swatted call. Okay, one of you guards out there have taken a picture of me and put me on the internet, which is fine. It was funny. But I had an issue where a kid said I pointed a rifle at him, and I went home. I was already at home. I fell asleep, and I woke up to sirens, helicopters, loudspeakers, and about 30 deputies outside of my home wearing tactical SWAT gear. Almost with a sledgehammer getting ready to bust through that door if I didn't wake up in time. Put me in handcuffs, took me to jail. It cost me over $10,000 to bail out. It cost me $10,000 in legal fees, and in attorney fees, and it cost me a whole lot more money in legal fees. It cost me over $30,000 for one kid to say I had a rifle with them, and the DA There was already no case, and they still went. They were still, oh yeah, no. Well, you have to stick with this one. He has to take this. If he didn't take it, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And luckily, I had a really good attorney, Jared, shout out, that really got me out of this and cleared everything up. But who cares about that? It's what it did to me for a whole year. It did to my business for a whole year. So that's why it's important to be honest and be truthful with the things that you say. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Do not add fluff into something. Okay? Yes, and sometimes in my reports, I like to exaggerate a little bit, but never to the point where it's untrue. Just use more fancy words. Put a little more oomph into it. All right, guys. Don't let the badge mean more than your integrity. All right. If you guys like this podcast, like, subscribe, share. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, or you guys want to chip in and add to this case, please do. If you guys have any questions or concerns, if you guys are dealing with this similar incident where you have to go to court, you guys contact me. We'll get you. I'll at least help you guys out and preparing yourself for court, so you're not going there. You're not going there blind. Transwest did not prep their security guard because it happened on their time. Did not prep the security guard on how to show up in court, how to talk in court, court etiquette. There's a way there's a way of your mannerism, how you talk. And if you sitting there getting cross-examined left and right, and they're sitting there beating you up in court, then you didn't do your due diligence. Don't allow your guards to represent your business, your company in a courtroom and get demolished. Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Lacey, contact me. We'll get you hooked up, man. We'll get you hooked up. I'll be your expert witness. It's wrongful death. I'm sorry. It's a wrongful loss. Gosh dang it. Anyway, there's a case for it. We'll figure it out. Anyway, guys, for the nights of dark and full of terror.
This has been the Night Crew.
Stay sharp. Stay safe. I'll catch you on the next shift.